Hello and a very warm welcome to Surrey Grounds here at Ragama for the very second time. We are expecting another interesting battle between Army Sports Club taking on Ragama Cricket Club here at a wonderful stadium which is surrounded by the greenish lustre here at Ragama, the Surrey Cricket Village. Under the Sri Lanka Cricket Tier B T20 tournament, the major club T20 tournament 2016, the 7th match. Earlier also we had a game in the early morning which was between Chilau Marians and Leo Club Cricket. And now in the second session, the afternoon session, we are expecting a much important game between Ragama Sports Club and Army Sports Club. And also we have our very own Garmin Pira down there in the middle with a closer look at the pitch which we're going to use today.
Good afternoon, everyone. Well, the second game this afternoon, quite comfortable conditions. There's a little bit of breeze coming from my right to the left. Outfield is fairly quick still. Well, we used this surface in the morning. As you can see, the freshness has disappeared. There are a few loose spots here and there. So the spinners, particularly, that's a good length for them. So if you're going to hit this area, there's going to be some turn. As we saw in that previous game, the fast bowlers will have to rely on their pace variations and the length variations. It's dry, it's hard, not a lot of pace on it. I'll say ideal wicket to bat on unless you are mindful of the weather in the evening.
Yeah, that was our very own Garmin Pro down there in the middle with the pitch report. As he reckons, this surface has been used in the morning as well. Now it's for the most important coin toss for this game. We have Rubin Silva right out there in the middle with the two captains and the match referee for the important coin toss.
We are in the southern part of Sri Lanka at the beautiful Surrey Cricket Ground, and I got the two captains from Ragama Cricket Club and Army Sports Club, and also the match referee Manoj Perera with me, and it's toss time, and Army captain got the coin, and it's tails call.
It is heads.
It is heads. Army Sports Club on the toss. මොකද කරන්නේ?
බැට් කරනවා.
මේ සර්විස් එක දීලා බැලුවාම ඔබට මොකද හිතන්නේ? කඩුල්ල දිහා බලලා මොකද හිතන්නේ?
ඔල්ල ඇත්තනම බැට් කරන්න හොඳයි කියලා හිතනවා. මොකද කලින් මැච් එකත් එකත් බලද්දී ගියාට ඒගොල්ලෝ ඩිෆෙන්ඩ් කරලා ගැව්වට අපිට බැට් කරන්න පුළුවන් කියලා අපි හිතනවා.
කලින් තරඟයට සාපේක්ෂව බලද්දී මොන හරි වෙනස්කම් තියෙනවද කණ්ඩායමේ?
නෑ අපේ එහෙම ලොකු වෙනසක් වෙන්නේ නෑ.
හරි සුබ පැතුම්. රාගම කැප්ටන් ඔයා මොකද ටොස් එක දිනන කරන්න හිටියේ?
අපිත් බැට් කරන්න බලන හිටියේ බට් කරන්න දෙයක් නෑ ඒක මේ අපි අඩු ස්කෝර් එකකට තියන්න බලාපොරොත්තු වෙනවා.
රයිට් සර්ෆේස් එක දීලා බැලුවා මොකද හිතෙන්නේ?
ඩිෆරන්ස් එකක් වෙන එකක් නෑ. කලින් මැච් එකේ බැට් කරන්න ටික හොඳ පිච් එකක් වගේ පේනවා. පුළුවන් තරම් අපි අඩු ටෝටල් එකට තියන්න බලාපොරොත්තු වෙනවා.
කලින් තරගයට සාපේක්ෂව මොන හරි කණ්ඩායමේ වෙනස්කමක් තියෙනවද?
එක චේන්ජ් එකක් තියෙනවා. අපේ ලෙග් ස්පිනර් වල සයිනමන් ඇතුළට වෙනවා.
Thank you. And that's the news from the center. The news from the center is Army Sports Club won the toss and they elected to bat first.
And that is the news from the centre. Army Sports Club have won the toss and elected to bat first here at this wonderful stadium. Let's take a closer look at the playing 11 today. Representing Ragama Cricket Club, led by Ranmit Jayasena, Amita Kaushal, Dasit Gunatilaka, Ginod Perera, Hasit Perera, Malisha Silva, Manish Rupasinghe. A lot of names, plenty of experience, and Army Sports Club led by Shihada Soisa and some big names. Asela Gunaratna, especially Tisara Perera, Manushka Samit, Patum Malita, Ramidu Vijayawardena. Experienced campaigners from both the sides, especially from Ragama Cricket Club and also from Army Sports Club as well. We are all set to start this interesting battle between Ragama Cricket Club versus Army Sports Club. Brought to you live And the two opening batsmen are all set to start the proceedings of Army Sports Club. And joining with me, it's our very own Gamini Pera. Good afternoon, Gamini.
Good afternoon, Satika. Good afternoon, everyone. Yeah, fabulous afternoon here at the Surrey village, Magona. Very close battle between Sri Lanka Army Sports Club. They played 4 so far, 1-3, 1 no result. And then Ragama played 4, 1-3 and lost 1. So 7 and 6 points respectively. So today's game will have a massive effect in the standings. And it's a no-brainer really that winner of today will go very close for those knockouts. Only 2 teams go into that semi-final. Chilau Marians won by 4 because the last game that we had in the morning, that was a welcome win for them as well, because they came into this game as the underdog. So to pull off a victory against much fancied Leo kept their hopes in this competition. So we are just about ready. And the head umpire says, let's play.
Here's the first delivery right on the money. A loud appeal from the bowler. They're going to start with pace. An interesting change, Gamini. In the earlier game, we saw spinners starting the proceedings for both the teams. But now, Ragama Cricket Club has chosen their fast bowlers to start their proceedings.
Yeah, they do have few paces, haven't they, in their lineup. Tisara Pereira. He's one that will be looking to bowl the 5 overs. Pitched out to the leg stump, that first one. Again, not a lot of speed. This is a surface that you need to bend that front leg and try and bring that head towards the ball, because there's not a lot of pace. You can't be too upright. You need to adjust your technique.
Exactly. A slowish surface. As we expected in the earlier game also, we saw that the ball has no pace in it. The batters should have to adjust to the pace and to score runs freely as possible.
A bit of international experience when it comes to this Army side. I saw Ajanta Mendes helping. He's a part of the coaching staff. First runs on the board. Tisara Pereira, Asela Gunaratna.
Yeah, a lot of big names in Army Sports Club lineup, especially experienced campaigner Asela Gunaratna and Tisara Pereira. They have played a lot of franchise cricket, the masters of T20 cricket, I must say.
Only about 2-3 years ago that Army were in the Tier A. They were right up there. I think they came very close to winning the Tier A championship as well. Dinesh Chandima, Siku Prasanna, along with Asela Gunrat and Tisara Pereira was part of that team. They are at the rebuilding period now that they are in the Tier B. So Sumedha against the right-hander goes hard and gets a boundary.
Lucky edge there from Janak outside edge, stretched his hands, got the outside edge and runs down to the boundary. That's the first boundary of the blade for Army Cricket Club. Look at that. Only first slip was placed.
Yeah, a bit too wide one. There's a deep point in place, so there's a paddock out there behind the wicket over the slips. Well, changing the field. Fine leg. Inside the circle. So he's short third. Still deep point in place. And a slip. Pitched up and called no ball.
It was a good delivery, called no ball there. The bowler might have overstepped. And free hit signaled by the umpire. A chance for the batter to free the arms.
The side on angle. Let's have a look. Yeah. Just over nothing behind the line. Unfortunately, Satika, the line doesn't belong to the players in this game. Neither the batter or the bowler. So left-hander. Ashan has got an opportunity. It's a free hit. Well bowled. But unlucky. With 4 leg boys.
Very well bowled, but it took all the cost. The leg by signaled by the umpire. In swinging Yorker, but let's take another look. Look at that. It deserves every good for that delivery, but unfortunately, it was carried down to the boundary. 11 of the first over, 1 delivery remaining. A wide slip plays, a shorter delivery down the leg side, wide called by the umpire. He has to watch, has to be more careful about lines and lengths, Sumedha.
Yeah, he was pretty good that last time around when we were at attempted short one. You could understand why he wanted to change the length. He was among the wickets in that last game. So, wasn't the start that he wanted 8 ball over? Plays with soft hands and collects a single. So, 13 of the first over for Army Sports Club.
An expensive first over in terms of Ragama Cricket Club. 13 runs in the first over. A no ball being called wide. A lot of extras. Where they are joining now, it's the SLC Major Club T20 tournament. Army Sports Club taking on Ragama Cricket Club here at Surrey Cricket Village Stadium at Margona. Earlier, the news from the centre was Army Sports Club has won the toss and elected to bat first. The 2 batters out there in the middle, Ashan Sudarshan, the left-hander. Straight away, spin from the other end, as we were expecting spinners to start the proceedings, as we saw in the early encounter as well. Spinners doing it for both the teams, I must say. Most of the wickets were shared among the spinners, and straight away, Ragama Cricket Club has brought Kavinda into the attack.
I mentioned about Army Sports Club being dominant in Tier A only a few years ago. Oh, well, not the start he expected, did he? Drifting down the leg side. Ragama is another club who's had a wonderful time in Tier A. So both these sides are vying for that coveted spot in the Tier A. So,
oh, that's a good hit. That's a good hit. Straight out of the park. That's the first maximum of the innings. What a brilliant hit that was. Down on one knee. Perfect timing.
yeah, Kavinda a lot slower in the And didn't he pick the bones out of that one? Right off the middle of the bat. That's a big hit down there. Quicker delivery.
And that's good cricket. Rotating the strike. You need to do that continuously. A different scenario from the earlier game. They lack runs in the first few hours. But now Army Sports Club well on top. It's just the second over, 21 runs on the board.
Yeah, the ladder and the stats says there's not much between these two teams. Both teams, again, a calculated race moving across the stumps. Swell leg and short fine leg inside the ring. There's a deep mid wicket and a long on, so the idea was to go square. Yeah, Army 4 games, 3 wins and no decision. Sorry, Army, then Ragama, 4 matches, 3 wins. So just a point, a difference. This match will have a massive result in deciding who's going to go to that semi-finals. Only 2 teams will qualify. Again, moves across the stumps.
Trouble here, trouble here. Gone. That's confusion now there in the middle. And the bowler took the maximum use of it as Army Sports Club lose their very first wicket. What a brilliant piece of fielding. Look at that. Off his own bowling, Kavinder quickly ran to the delivery and then threw it, a direct hit. What a brilliant hit that was. Straight away the finger goes up and the first wicket is down for Army Sports Club. They lose their first 21 for 1 as Ashan Sudarshan has to walk back to the pavilions scoring 9 runs.
Few players have remained at the venue from that last game. It's a holiday in Sri Lanka. So very unfortunate run out resulted in the first wicket. Drives. Again a fumble. We've seen time and time again. Even in that last game. Although the outfield looks lush green, but there are some uneven spots. So you really need to get your body behind it. Manushka Samit. Left hand at number 3.
The current run rate is 12 runs per over. Very handy current run rate. That's another good delivery inside edge, straight to the fielder, quick single. And sends it off directly to the wicketkeeper. And that's the end of the second over. 23 for the loss of 1. Two overs done, 23 for the loss of 1. Manushka and Janaka right out there in the middle for Army Sports Club. We are in the power play. The current run rate is 11.5 runs per over. Pace from the other end. Straight away, a very good delivery right on the money. Another quick single. Singles have been a very important factor in the previous game as well. We saw a lot of players stick it towards the leg side and the off side and take that a single. Every run matters here.
Yeah, the conditions here, although it favors the batters a little, but there's not enough speed and bounce really to trust yourself to go 360. So boundaries are pretty hard to come by, and that's why you need to keep yourself busy by rotating the strike. We saw in the previous game. These are not the conditions that you're going to ski 200, 220. 160 is a very competitive total, looking at the nature of the surface. Change the wood for Janaka. Not happy. The piece of willow that he's got in his hands.
Change of gears for Janaka. Trying to do something new here. 6 runs of 5 deliveries. Manushka on the other side for Army Sports Club. Winning the toss and batting first here at Sarai Cricket Grounds. Now it's a little bit cloudy here at Maggona. In the morning we expected some sunlight and that bright and sunny conditions. We saw it in the morning, but now it's a little bit cloudy here. Trying to work it towards the fine leg area, but the fine leg fielder was there. Just a single.
One good thing, Satika, playing at venues like this, it improves the player's comfort a hell of a lot, because there's green right around. There's a bit of a chilly wind, you could call it, about 15 knots per hour, and yeah, at the moment it's overcast, so players wouldn't mind playing under these conditions, particularly the overhead. Goes hard at it through the gap, and that'll be 4.
That's hammered away from Manushka. What a delivery. What a shot. That delivery is deserved to be hit. Fuller delivery. Straight in the batter's arc. He needs no second invitation to go for it. Look at that. Fuller delivery. Bisecting that gap between the mid-off and extra cover. That's a pitch of a stroke from Manushka. Army Sports Club keep ticking up. Just 29 runs for the loss of 1. It's nicely played. A quick single. An appeal for a run out. I think the batter is safe.
I'll tell you what, pretty much 90% of the direct hits favors the fielders. This is pretty close. Obviously, the umpires don't have the technology that we have. There's not a lot in it. Oh, that is very poor technique. If you're a youngster, don't ever look at that footage again. That's a terrible way to ground your bat. You're supposed to firmly towards mid-on. Those who are watching at home, you decide.
Exactly, it was a very close goal. 31 for 1. You need some acrobatic stops and direct hits in these type of conditions. And also good techniques as well. I mean, the run rate is pretty good for Army Sports Club. Now only they need to be patient and play their natural game out there at the middle. Well, that's a fuller delivery outside the off stump, called a no ball. And a free hit, another one, a freebie for the very second time from Sumedha. In his first over also, he bowled a no ball, and now in the second over.
Yeah, I'm surprised that Sumedha is having an off day. He's been a revelation in his Ragama attack right throughout this competition. Yeah, again, nothing behind the line. He's been very disciplined so far, but not in this game. Free hit. That wasn't far away either. Very casual from Janaka. I reckon if that hit the stumps, you'd have found wanting really. Once again failed to ground his bat. 33 for 1 after 3.
Three overs done, 33 for the loss of 1. Janak and Manushka building up it constructively. Another bowling change. Dasit has been brought in back into the attack. Dasit Gunatilaka, right arm off break. They're going to go with their spinners.
Yeah, they're very spin heavy. Ragama. Sumedha is the trusted medium pacey. Quicker through the air. Most of the Ragama bowlers I've seen in this competition, they bowl at around 90 to 100 region.
Yeah, started off with a better delivery from Dasit. This time it was much slower than the previous one. Janaka tried to work it towards the leg side, down on one knee, missed it completely. 2-dot delivery to start. A very good approach from Dasit as well. As you said, it's a spin-heavy attack from Ragama Cricket Club. Oh, brilliant. A pitch of a delivery from Dasit that turned away from the left-hander.
Yeah, exactly what I mentioned at the pitch report just before the game. There are some loose spots, so if you can in good length too, mind you, that nagging length where the batters really can't decide whether to come forward or back, but that one really gripped. That would have hit one of those loose marks appeared from that previous game. Playing with the spin not towards the offside. This has been a very good over so far.
A very good over. A very, very good over from Dasit. 4-dot deliveries consecutively. Janaka has no option to go. Rather, middling it towards the ball himself. $11 runs from last 2 overs. Oh, another good delivery. A quick single. They're good running. And he needs a good end to the over, does it? That's what the captain is expecting from he. Need a very good finish without being spoiling. Fine leg inside the circle. Mid-on inside the circle. This time straight to the fielder. Brilliant catch at the end. That's the second wicket down for Army Sports Club. He was trapped by Dasit. Went outside the off stump, got the toe end, and that was straight to the fielder. Very good catch at the end. Safe pair of hands straight to the block hole. Look at that.
Yeah, got too close to it. Didn't have the elevation he wanted. You never reach those ones. Particularly when you are in a position at extra cover, mid-off, when the ball starts to dip. Manushka Summit goes for 7 off 5. Caught by Kavinder. Army Sports Club, 34 for 2.
Four overs done, 2 wickets down for 34 runs. Still we are ahead of the power play. 2 more overs to go. The projected score at the run rate, which is maintained by Army Sports Club at the moment, is 170. And there we go. The new batsman, Asela Gunaratne, an experienced campaigner who represented Sri Lanka in national colours as well, and a domestic star, and also a superstar in the format.
Yeah, very handy white ball cricketer with its T20 or 50 over. And carries a loads of knowledge and experience with him. Ideal player to come in for Army Sports Club. 2 down. That's it. 1 for 1 in his first over. That's this. Amita. He's another bowler they have a big opinion on. Very quick single. Once again, a very loud appeal for a run out. We've had some very close ones, haven't we, in this inning so far, in these 5 overs?
Exactly. The players are very keen. Anything around them, they'll try to hit that the target at stumps. Let's take another closer look. Look at that. A very good throw.
Now that is the technique, how you ground your bat.
Exactly. Asela Gunaratne on strike. And sliding down the leg side. A good hitter of the ball, Asela Gunaratne. Oh, what a wonderful shot. Oh, drops it. Drops it. That was a chance. We were speaking about how good he is. Asela Gunaratne. That was an easy chance dropped by the Ragama Cricket Club.
I'll tell you what. I don't know whether it's easy. That was travelling at rate or not. And the fielder is feeling it little. Got his fingers wrong position. Yeah, you got to take those in this level, and how costly that will be, time will tell. Straight to extra cover. Pretty good over from Amita. 4 dots and 2 singles. After 5 overs, Army 36 for 2.
It's a good start for Ragama Cricket Club. Already got 2 wickets. Asela Gunaratne, well experienced campaigner. He's played a lot of white ball games for Sri Lanka as well as for Army Sports Club. Carrying a lot of experience. And a change from the other end. Dasit Gunatilaka was the one who was bowling from the other end, and left arm spinner Malisha comes back into the attack. Probably the right decision because 2 right-handers in the middle. Malisha Silva. Trying for a quick single. Didn't manage to get in.
It's two left armers bowling in tandem. Amita from one end, Malish from the other. Both these bowlers, they trust him to bowl their 4 overs. He loves to vary his speed. This one flat batted 4. Australia Gunaratne is a very strong onside player. Anything short, he's very quickly, he picks the length. Even though there was a mid-wicket that went only about 5 yards to his left and gave him no chance at all.
This is the Australia Gunaratne that we know. Anything short, he would go for it. I still remember that 82 knock against Australia in 2016, where Sri Lanka managed to pull up a brilliant win. Almost chance for a run out, but didn't seek into another single. And I was talking about that 2016 82 against Australia. It was a miracle, to be honest. Kamini?
Yeah, when he was at his peak, he was trusted to play all 3 formats. Played a test match as well, down in goal. Injured his finger.
Against India, I guess. During the first test match at Gaul in 2017, he got an injury in his finger. Didn't really play after that. Malaysia to continue. Another quick single. This is good batting from Army Sports Club, rotating the strike well. Didn't that odd boundary. Australia Gunaratne was quite fortunate today. Got dropped at 0 at square leg. It was an easy catch. Again another single towards mid-wicket. Landing the first one hard. Looking for the second one. But they're happy with another single. And that's the end of 6th over. 7 runs coming in that. Army Sports Club 43 for 2. Gamini, looking at the surface, what do you think? 140 to 150?
Anything around 150, 160 in the morning. A few loose spots have appeared. We saw one turning prodigiously there just 2 overs ago. The left, off spinner, finger spinner turning the ball that much. Well, that really says a lot about the surface. Yeah, the freshness we had in the morning, particularly those dark patches, a bit of moisture. Now it's a lot brown in color, so yeah, 150, 160. I think they'll be quite happy. But having said that, if you have someone like Australia Gunaratne or Tisara Perera who's down to come in, well, if they have a good day, luck can change in no time.
That's exactly Gamini. Tisara Perera to come in. And coming back with the second easily. And talking about Australia Gunaratne, he's a good drummer as well. I used to see his videos on Facebook. He's a good drummer as well. He's an all-rounder on and off the field. What a talented cricketer he is, Australia Gunaratne. 9 off 8 right now. Amita to continue. Left arm spinner. Down on one knee, guided it nicely towards square leg region. Another single for Australia Gunaratne. He's on to 10.
Yeah, he loves that area, Australia Gunaratne. That's his go-to area, really. When he's under pressure, he'll bring out that sweep shot and the slog sweep. Very good sweeper. a natural sweeper, you call it. At times, some of the batters play the premeditated sweep shot and doesn't pick the length that well.
Interesting. Another good delivery from Amit, and he's bowling outside, below the crease, Gamini. He's taking that advantage of the crease, bowling well behind the crease. Look at that. Again, bowling it slow through the air, not giving any kind of room for the batters. Another single for Army Sports Club. What do you think about that variation, Gamini?
Yeah, good old days. A lot of spinners used to use the crease. Sometimes it's behind the crease, sometimes you go wide, sometimes you get closer just to change the angle. And by bowling behind the crease, you're taking half a second off the hand. So that can be the downfall of the batters who are not reading the ball out of the hand. That's close. That is very close, I'll tell you. Unless he got any bat to it. That was going to hit the middle leg stump.
It was pitching in line for me, but probably umpire thought that it's going down the leg. Another one off the edge, going towards the boundary. And that's 4 runs to Asela Gunaratne. Little bit cheeky, but managed to get 4 runs, Asela Gunaratne.
I'm not quite sure that he meant to get it that fine. Just shows the outfield is lightning here at Magona. Gives the fielder absolutely zero chance. So good finish as far as the Army is concerned. Definitely we'll have another look at that LBW shot.
It was in line for me. Probably umpire thought that it's going down the leg. It was a close call. And a good delivery as well. Came with the arm. Left arm spinner to continue. Goes over. It's a drop catch. Dasit Gunatilaka made a mess of that. Number 55, Dasit Gunatilaka. Should have been taken. Easy catch, but didn't manage to grab that.
I'll tell you what, looking at Malisha's face, he looks like one of those from that movie, The Grumpy Old Man. That was a soda, wasn't it? He had enough time to get under that delivery. A casual effort.
It was a good one, Gamini. A reminder of a good movie as well. This time, Asela Gunaratne. Just one bounce to the field at mid-wicket. Everything happening there. Last over, we saw a close call, a close LBW. In this over, drop catch. Everything happening here at Magona. Left arm spinner, I'll tell you, he's a clever operator. This time, down on one knee. Didn't get that elevation properly. Another single for the left-hander.
Yeah, it's a hard task for Malisha, someone like Malisha bowling at the left-hander and very quality player of spin bowling, Asela Gunaratne, and you drop a catch like that. That's in the gap. They'll be going for second run. No, they won't. So singles, very easily, it could have been a very good over for Ragama if they had taken that catch at long on. Works on the leg side once again.
Gama.
Fumble. Gunaratne makes maximum out of the situation. Comes back for the second.
Fielding has been the issue for Ragama Cricket Club so far. 2 drop catches and few fumbles as well here and there. We just saw another fumble and allowed the batter to cross another single. This time goes over extra cover, goes through the gap of offside. Another 4 runs for the left-hander.
That was hit with some authority. Have a look at this. Open stance. It was in the slot. Bang. That reached the rope in about half a second, I reckon. End of the over. 8 completed, 61 for 2.
Army dugout is there. Happy camp so far. After 8 overs, they scored 61 runs, just losing 2 quick wickets.
There's a lot of respect for the soldiers, particularly in this part of the world, subcontinent. Great respect, particularly in Sri Lanka. But the only time I see a smile on their face when they play a sport.
Yes, exactly. I mean, it's something that I didn't really notice, but it's a good one. Yeah, you mentioned 100% correct. In Sri Lanka, we have a huge respect for the soldiers, for the service that they have done for this country. Again, try to whack it through the gap of mid-wicket. Didn't time it well. Couldn't get bat on it. Asela Gunaratne. Another single for Asela Gunaratne. In fact, he's coming back for the second run. Asela Gunaratne was moving to his right and then making that room and playing it towards the gap of leg side. This is good batting from Asela Gunaratne. The off spinner is ball is coming into him, so he's moving a bit towards his right side and making that room.
Loves that shot. Reverse sweep and the switch hit. I guess if you can play drums that well, you should be good with both hands, won't you?
Yes, exactly. I've seen a lot of videos of Asela Gunaratne playing drums. He's a good drummer, I would say. That's probably why he's good at sweeping as well. This time again guided it nicely towards the gap of square leg and mid-wicket. Another single for the left-hander. He has a wide open stance as well, Gamini.
Yeah, that's understandable. In modern day cricket, when it comes to power hitting, you want that front leg out of the way so you could swing in both directions. Onside, you could play all the angles. If you get your foot across, that'll hamper you from playing leg side shots. Dot ball, will it? No, fumble.
And that's the end of 9th over. Army Sports Club 66 for 2. Partnership of 32 of 30 deliveries. Asela Gunaratne and Manushka on strike. Asela Gunaratne 20 of 18 deliveries. Meanwhile, Manushka 20 of 23 deliveries. A new bowler comes into the attack. The new bowler Gynaman, new bowler Ginod, the Chinaman.
Yeah, if he lands it on the spot, he's a handy bowler to have. Wrong one. There, Asela Gunaratne indicates to the bowler, I read that one, son, and dispatch towards mid-wicket for 4.
That's what experience brings into the table. Asela Gunaratne read that quickly and onto his back foot and got that boundary. That is what experienced batters would do. They would definitely get that odd boundary in the first couple of deliveries in the over, then try to rotate the strike.
Yeah, even in that last game where Ragama played at Dombagoda, Gino started with a couple of long hops. So it takes a bit of time to get his length right. Beauty about the wrist spinners is that even if you read the arm, you really don't know if you pitch it on in line and length. There you are, that's the length you need. No matter how well you read the hand, you really don't know how much it's going to turn. So that's the beauty about wrist spinners. That's why it's imperative that they got to land it on the spot.
Exactly, Gamere. Started off with a bad delivery. This time, aerial, just short of square leg fielder, and allows the single for Asela Gunaratne. Just try to whack it towards square leg region. He loves that shot. He loves that area. That's his natural gameplay. He's a natural sweeper of the ball. Asela Gunaratne. Talking about Chinaman bowlers, left arm wrist spinners. Lakshan Sandakan used to play for Sri Lanka. Played a little bit of Test cricket and actually played all 3 formats for Sri Lanka. It's always interesting to have a left arm wrist spinner in your team. And that's a low full toss. And picked up nicely and played it through the gap of mid wicket and long on. 4 runs for the left hander. Not good bowling from the left arm wrist spinner Ginod.
Yeah, looking to overcompensate that length. That's the risk that you're going to take when you bring a left arm wrist spinner into the attack. Obviously, it's a bit of an X factor, and there are not many going around at the minute.
Tabriz Shamsi from South Africa. And I remember AS Capital team, they have a wrist spinner called Anuka Vijayawardena, left arm wrist spinner. And not many left arm wrist spinners even in Sri Lanka. So it's always good to have a left arm wrist spinner, but they have to bowl it at the right length. That is the most crucial thing. One more delivery to go in this over. 10 of 5 deliveries. This time, that's another 4 runs. Asela Gunaratne worked his wrist really nicely and got the gap between mid-wicket and long on. Another 4 runs to Asela Gunaratne. Look at his wrist. Managed to get that gap very nicely and played it really well. Knew exactly where his fielders are and got the boundary. And that's the end of 10th over. Army Sports Club 80 for 2. It was a very expensive over from Ginod. Considered 14 runs in that over. 3 boundaries coming in that over. Welcome back, Zadika.
Good afternoon. 10 overs done, 80 for the loss of 2. Asela Gunaratne on song. As I was watching the match outside, few chances went down, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. You should take those catches when you are playing at this level, especially a player like Asela Gunaratne. Went fast this time. Dasit Gunatilaka. Dasit Gunatilaka was the one who dropped that last catch of Asela Gunaratne. It was a easy catch. But Asela Gunaratne, on the other hand, he was really lucky.
Indeed, a very handy player. An experienced campaigner as well who represented in national colours. We saw how he batted in national colours as well. Coming back to the domestic cricket.
This is good bowling from Dasit Gunatilaka. Played for Mahanama College during his school days. Handy campaigner. Can hit the long ball. Normally, generally he's a good fielder. But always you're going to have some bad days as well, Setika. That's what cricket is all about.
Exactly. It's a game about unpredicted. It's all depend on predictions. A good partnership has been created by these two players, Asela Gunaratne and Manushka, 47 runs.
So far, it's a good over from Dasit Gunatilaka, just giving 1 run for Army.
A shorter delivery outside the youth stump cuts it down very well by Asela Gunaratne. Just a single, good run in between the wickets by these two players. Slowly building up the innings. They got a flyer start, I think 23 runs of the very first 2 overs. But now the run rate has dropped to a level of 8. But 160, 170 will be a very good score.
Yes, exactly as Gamini mentioned in the pitch report. 150 plus would be a really good challenge in total on the board. But down on one knee, outside the old stump. Another single for Army Sports Club. Dasit Gunatilaka bowling really well at the moment, just conceding 3 runs only in this over and a good spell. Got a wicket as well. 2 more deliveries to come in this over. Asela Gunaratne on strike. This time goes towards the mid-wicket region. Just another single for Asela Gunaratne. He's just trying to get that gap between mid-wicket and long on, aiming for that big one.
Normally he used to work the ball more towards the boundaries when he was representing the national squad as well. We saw how he ended that innings off against Australia. Sam Manushka working towards the leg side. A very good stop. Good fielding attempt from the fielder.
He's in trouble, I guess. He's in some pain. I hope he's okay. Straight away, physio came into the play and he's taking care of that fielder. I hope he's okay. Injured himself.
A little bit of fumble there. Let's take another look. Look at that. Manushka goes it hard. Yeah, very good stop. Valiant effort.
10 out of 10 for that effort, but didn't manage to pull that back in. A brilliant effort. I think he got injured himself while trying to stop that boundary. Physio is taking care of him. And that's the end of 11th over. Army Sports Club 88 for 2. It's a healthy run rate for Army Sports Club. 8.0 at the moment. Asela Gunaratne and Manushka on strike, both on 31. I remember when Asela Gunaratne got injured in that 2017 test match against India in Galle, where he got injured his finger. After that, he didn't really play test matches for Sri Lanka. Really unfortunate. He's a brilliant middle-order player. Can dominate the spinners really well. Read the spinners really well from the hand. A handy cricketer to have, and he can bowl few overs as well. Always good to have someone like Asela Gunaratne in your team.
Yeah, it's a very good option to go with Asela Gunaratne. He can bowl that medium pace delivery. And that's also up in there, but bisected the gap really well. Asela Gunaratne finds the gap brilliantly. And that's another boundary for Asela Gunaratne. He is on song today.
Yeah, when you get an opportunity, you should. Someone like Asela Gunaratne never gonna miss that out. Look at that. Finding the gap really nicely and played it through the gap of third man and point region. This is good batting. This is experience for you. He always, if you notice, he always try to get a boundary in the first ball of the over, and then he will try to rotate the strike. That's the experience for you.
Yeah, that's the good cricket played by Asela Gunaratne. That's what you need to do. This time a full toss delivery. Straight to the field at long on. Just a single. That's what you mentioned, Ruin.
Yes, exactly. That's what an experienced cricketer would do, experienced batter would do. They would definitely try to get a boundary in the first couple of balls in the over and then try to rotate the strike. That's what good batters do in this format. It's not just all about hitting boundaries and sixers. It's all about rotating the strike and getting that awareness about the situation and adapting to the surface.
The projected score is 165, which will be a very good score. This time Manushka just slaps it down the ground, but finds the fielder.
Quality cricket all around. This is what you look in a T20 game. It's all about entertainment. People love T20 cricket these days with a lot of T20 leagues going around, a lot of tournaments. And this is a great opportunity for youngsters as well, Satika. Playing alongside with likes of Asela Gunaratne, Thisara Pereira, and Ajanta Mendes is part of their supporting staff. So it's a massive opportunity for these youngsters to learn from these giants of the game.
Exactly. As you correctly said, it's a very good opportunity for those young stars to be guided under those big legends, the big names like Asela Gunaratne, Thisara Pereira, as well as Ajanta Mendes, who is the part of the coaching staff for Army Sports Club, who represent the club previously as well. It was a very good national campaign as well. It's another single. Just 8 runs of the over. Look at the last 5 overs, last 30 balls, I must say, 48 runs, 7 boundaries. It was all dominated by the Army Sports Club, even though they lost their first 2 wickets in the very first overs. They have come back really strongly, especially Asela Gunaratne, making the tone for Army Sports Club.
Flied it up and played it nicely towards the gap of mid-wicket and long on. Coming back for the second run. This is good batting. This is good running from Asela Gunaratne and Army Sports Club. And that's an expensive over for Army Sports Club. And that's the end of 12th over. Army 98 for 2. Eight more overs to go in this innings. Army Sports Club on top at the moment. Healthy run rate as well. Look at that projected score, 164. As Gamini Pereira mentioned, a score of 150 plus would be a difficult task for the Ragama Sports Club. That's it going to continue from this end. This time in the slot. Goes over long gone. A huge 6 for Army Sports Club and Manushka. It was in his arc. Not good bowling from Dasit. Pays on. And ball to his arc and Manushka whacked it over long on.
Let's take another look. That is a terrific shot from Manushka. Right on his arc. Just hammered it away all over the fence for a 6. That's a brilliant boundary, and the partnership brings up to you the 70 runs of 49 deliveries, 104. The 100 are for Army Sports Club.
If you're bowling in that pace, you can't bowl there. You can't bowl it full Sathika, you have to bowl it a little bit. You have to take down your length. Dasit was giving too much pace for the batter and bowl it too full and got the punishment.
Let's see what the reply is. Another one. 2 in 2 for Manushka. What a shot. What a over this is turning to be. 2 in a row. What about that for a shot? Down on one knee. It was a piece of cake for Manushka. Right on his arc. He moves on to 45.
Dasit Gunatilaka did the same mistake. Bowling it too full and got the punishment again from Manushka, he moved on to 45 now of 33 deliveries. If you're bowling it with that pace, as I mentioned earlier, you can't bowl it there. You can't bowl it too full. You have to adjust your length. This time, much better. Much better delivery from Dasit Gunatilaka and allows the batter to get a single. Good cricket all around. Good comeback from Dasit Gunatilaka as well. Probably a little bit under pressure. Dropped a catch, Sathika. And not a good start for this over as well.
Already 13 runs of his very first 3 deliveries on pressure and under pressure, I must say, sure. That's Nelson on the board, 1-1-1 for the loss of 2. This time Asela Gunaratna found the gap straight to the deep mid-wicket fielder for a single.
It's a brilliant partnership between Manushka and Nasela. Manushka 46 of 34 delivery, just 4 shy of his half century. 2 more deliveries to come in this over. Dasit Gunatilaka with the ball in hand. This time dropped his shot and got the punishment again. It was too short and that's the half century for Manushka. Brilliant half century. Everyone up in their feet for Manushka. 35 ball half century for Manushka. Not good bowling from Dasit.
Manushka Samit, what a man he is. 50 from 35 deliveries, 5 fours, 2 sixes, stand and deliver. Look at that. Outside the off stump with an offer. He needs no invitation to hammer that. What a way to bring up his 50. By running down to the boundary. Wides as well. That's 5 runs altogether. This will be the most expensive over of the innings so far.
It was going down the leg. Even the keeper missed that. And it was 5 wide for Army Sports Club. This is the most expensive over so far. Huge appeal from Dasit, but it's going down the leg. And it's the end of the 13th over. It was a very expensive over. This was a expensive over from Dasit Gunatilaka. 23 runs coming in that. And Army Sports Club moved on to 121 after 13 overs.
It's been a handy score for Army Sports Club, Robin, right now. Up already into the 14th over, 121 for the loss of 2. But did you notice that in the morning we had a game that was a low scoring game, which was also the same surface? So what are the changes that Army Sports Club has done to go past that this type of a large total?
Obviously it was their approach. They were going hard at the bowlers and taking the singles, rotating the strike well. It was all about their approach, and they were using the feet well and sweeping the ball, especially someone like Asela Gunaratna who loves to sweep the ball. They were just playing to their natural game.
Hey, you mean that fearless cricket has been displayed?
Yeah, exactly. They were very fearless. Didn't hesitate to take on the spinners. Rotated the strike well. And Manushka, whenever there was a bad ball, he just punished that over the fence. A brilliant start for Army Sports Club. 7 more overs to go.
Or is it the lines and lengths of spinners of Ragama Cricket Club? Because we saw spinners dominating in the first game.
Yeah, like as I mentioned, that's it. We'll come back to it, Sathika. Comes down the track. Another single for Asela Gunaratne. Coming back to your question, Satika. Yeah, someone like Dasit Gunatilaka, he gave too much pace for the batters, and that allowed someone like Manushka to go hard at it, and he was too full as well. If you're bowling with that pace, you have to wear your lengths as well.
Exactly. I saw some disciplined bowling approaches from the spinners in the first game, but when it comes to the second game, I didn't saw that type of approaches from spinners. They are going for some looser deliveries, offering so much of pace for the batters, which ease them to score runs as freely as possible. Especially for Manushka, there were a lot of free deliveries outside the off stump, which created width to go hammer at it.
Again, gave too much pace, too full as well, and Manushka whacked it over cover. Another 4 runs for Manushka. We were talking about that last game. This is a replay. Look at that. It was too full.
Banged away. Brilliant shot.
It was time for him to go at it. Talking about that last game, even the fast bowler, especially someone like Kevin Samuel, he didn't give a lot of pace for the batters. He was bowling a lot of cutters into the wicket. This is a slow wicket. You can't give too much pace. You have to bowl cutters. You have to use your variations well. That's what all about when you're playing in a surface like this.
I mean, they haven't used the surface as much as possible. Look at that. That was a shorter delivery.
A slow bouncer. It was a good approach this time from Sumedha.
In the earlier game, the pacers, they tried to vary their pace and try to give it to the batters to select or to choice to what to do. But now, it's Sumedha offering pace for Manushka. He just need to take his bat and then it runs away for the boundary.
Yes, exactly. As I mentioned earlier, when you're playing in a surface like this, you have to do a little bit of variations. 3 more deliveries to come in this over. Again.
That's a good line. That's a good line much better from Sumedha, much better. 2 dot deliveries. The first one was a shorter delivery. Approach is very good. And then now, right on the money, a slower delivery.
We have some local fans here as well. It's a holiday in Sri Lanka. Enjoying a little bit of cricket here at Magona Sare. So far, Army Sports Club been brilliant. Look at that projected score. It is climbing up the mountain. 185 is the projected score.
Oh, that's a very good delivery. Very good delivery from Sumedha. Manushka even couldn't imagine how to approach it. That was an unpredictable delivery from Sumedha. A shorter delivery and a quicker one.
That's good bowling. Changing up his line and lengths. Being unpredictable. That's what you need to do. It's been a decent over so far. Just conceding 5 runs. There are a few more locals there. Enjoying a little bit of cricket. It's a holiday, as I mentioned, in Sri Lanka. Last delivery of the over. Again, it was too full, but straight to the fielder.
It had all the timing in it, but the placement was not so enough to find that gap. 14 done, 126 for 2. Asela on 41 and Manushka on 54.
Last 6 overs of this innings. Army Sports Club, they have more power, fire to come in. Likes of Thisara Pereira yet to bat. Asela Gunaratne and Manushka. Building up a really nice partnership. Asela Gunaratne on 41 of 30 deliveries. Right arm move spinner to continue. From right now onwards, Ragama, they have to be clever. They can't afford more runs. They've already leaked a lot of runs. They have to be the best to restrict Ragama at least from 170.
Yeah, 160, 165 will be a very good score because with the bowling attack that Army Sports Club have, they also have good spinners, good fast bowlers as well. And as you said, the local fans enjoying the cricket at the moment in this beautiful afternoon here at Surrey. A very good delivery. Much better from Carvin the outside the off. Some slowed it, tossed it up a little bit. Manushka tries to cut it down, but ended up with a single.
I don't think Army would be happy enough with 160 on the board. They will definitely try to get more as much as possible because they have firepower left with them. Cicero Pereira to come in, so they will definitely try to get the maximum out of that last few overs.
Yeah, anything about 160, 165 will be bonus for Army Sports Club. So surely they will be aiming for 200 maybe, but anything above 160 will be a very good challenging score to defend because we saw 133 was Chasen. This time straight up in there. Is there a chance? Dropped it. And a boundary. Another chance goes down from Manushka. Pure luck for Manushka today.
This is not good feeling from Ragama at all. They dropped that third opportunity. Look at that. It was aerial for some time. He had all the time in the world to settle under it, but didn't manage it to grab and conceded 4 runs. This is not good feeling from Ragama. Again, down on one knee. Goes over mid-wicket. Another 6 runs for Army and Manushka. It's absolute carnage here at Maggonasare. Really good batting from Army, taking on the spinners.
Now Ragam Cricket Club knows how costly was that opportunity given by Manushka Samit. Straight away after being dropped on 59, he bangs away for another boundary. This time is it another one? Back-to-back maximums from Manushka. He's on song here.
Yes, that's the end of 15th over. Another expensive over for Army Sports Club. It was in the slot. Too much pace offered. Another 6 for Manushka. And he moved on to 71. Brilliant knock so far from Manushka.
This is excellent stuff from Manushka. 71 of 45. Let's take a closer look. Look at that, 111 runs between these two players, Ratna and Manushka Samit, who are hitting the ball, going hard at the bowlers. We are at the edge of a drink break as Gamini joins me. A very good afternoon, Gamini. Power from Manushka Samit. The genuine power. Both are power hitters. Asel Gunuratha, we know what is he capable of. So in the morning we had a very low scoring game. So the same surface is being used. So what different that Army Sports Club has taken when compared to the earlier two teams when it comes to the second game?
Yeah, I think the pace has picked up a little as the surface got drier.
Right arm medium pace, Lahiru against Manushka. It's another very good delivery right on the money outside the youth stump. Straight to the field at mid wicket. Very good catch. Brilliant effort from the fielder. What a catch that is. Finally, Ragama managed to hold their nerves and get Asel Gunaratne to walk back to the pavilion. What a brilliant catch that was from the Ragama Cricket Club. Finally, safe pair of hands that flies over the fielder's head. At the infield and at the deep, it was a very good catch. Let's take a look. That was a low full toss. Asel Gunarathan down on one knee. And that was a very good diving catch. Oh my goodness, that's brilliant. Superb stuff from Ragam Cricket Club to send Asel Gunarathan back to the pavilion. 147 for the loss of 3 wickets now. The end of a very good partnership. Lahiru, the part-timer, has picked up his man down in his pocket. Asel Gunaratne walks back to the pavilion. Appreciation from his teammates. We are into the 16th over. 3 more overs left after this over. 180, 185 will be a very good score. And they are aiming for 185, I think. And there we go. The big man, the giant is back here at Surrey grounds. Thisara Pereira. A very well experienced campaigner. A left-hand batter. A power hitter. A master of the game. The first delivery outside the youth stump. Straight to the field. A lot of experience. So much of franchise cricket. Played for Sri Lanka as well. This is the dismissal of Asel Gunaratne. Courtesy that brilliant catch. My goodness, that was a brilliant effort. The big fix gone. Army Sports Club lose their 4th. It was Thisara Pereira. Without scoring, he has to be rested in the dugout. Two wickets down in this over. 147 for the loss of 4.
So is that the right hander? Still there on 72. Kind of made 9.28 if they go. Right thing to do.
An end of the over, 148 for the loss of 4. A productive over, a game-changing over, I must say, from Lahiru. 2 wickets there, just 3 runs. Sixteen overs done, 148 for the loss of 4. Shehadar, the new batsman, and the Manushka, the well-set batsman out there in the middle. 72 runs of 46 deliveries, 14 extras. That is much considerable here. A huge appeal for the leg before wicket. The umpire, without hesitation, says no. That was surely missing the leg stump. Kavinda, so far expensive, 34 runs for his 3 overs. Need a good comeback here. Balled him. What a brilliant delivery. What a comeback from Kavinda. After being hidden for 34 runs for his 3 overs. He has bamboozled the new batsman. Superb stuff from Ragama Cricket Club. Back on top of the game. 3 quick wickets.
They didn't really pick the pace out of the hand. You need to work towards the onside, outside line. It's always going to be a dangerous thing. At least the best he could have done was to cover his stumps and try and get that ball inside his eye line. So he goes for 1, bowled by Kavinda. Suddenly, there'll be a retrieve for Ragama, picking up 3 wickets in no time, 148 for 5.
Will this be a game-changing over? We saw the previous one, 2 wickets were down, and this one straight away coming the back into the attack with a wicket. Ravindu, the new batsman, alongside with Manushka, is at the non-striker's end. Surely they need a very good finish here.
Ramit Vijayawardene, the right-hander. Strongly built. Another player who can hit a long ball.
It's a brilliant delivery. Pitch off a delivery from Kavinda. Creating pressure for the new batter, Ravindu. Turning away the delivery from him. This time a shorter delivery up in there, straight away to the fielder's hand. Another one gone. 2 in the over. Ragama now on top of Army Sports Club. 3 quick wickets in quick succession. And now the 4th one.
Well, what a nice period this for Ragama. They're dropping like pack of cards, aren't they? This is the 4th one. Didn't really time it. Jayasena was at 45-degree angle inside the ring. Another batter goes for a duck. Ravindu Vijayawardene faced 2 deliveries. So 148. Now they've lost 6.
They're in trouble. 148 for 6. As I was earlier saying, if this would be a game-changing over, the Ragama Sports Club will be on top of the game. And now they are proving it. 2 wickets, 2 dot deliveries altogether, 4 dot deliveries. Look at the game. Last 12 balls, 15 runs. So the run rate has been dropped so many times.
Yeah, out of the 15, Satika, 12 have come in the first 4 balls. Since then, just 1 run and 4 wickets. So they've lost 4 for 1, basically. Aponso gets behind it. Another dot ball. So it's nice, like I said, a momentum change for Ragama, which will be important because they've got to chase a fairly decent total. Oh, that will be called a wide, and he'll have to re-bowl that.
Yeah, that spoils the over. Rather, he could have bowled a double wicket maiden here in this type of situation. It cost Ragama very well. He has to re-bowl it again. That's good, but a quick single from the batters. It's end of the 17th, 150 for the 6.
Last 30 balls, 40 runs been scored, 4 wickets, 3 fours and 2 sixers. Those 4 wickets came in the last 12 balls. So a lot has happened in the last 10 minutes or so. 18 balls remaining. Runner ball will give them 168. Still will be very competitive on a surface. Aponso going to face Gino. Drops it in front, and the right thing to do, bring explosive Manushka back on strike.
Yeah, for a while Manushka has been the non-striker for a lot of deliveries. So he has to continue his form that he was in with Asela Gunaratna, 72 from 46 deliveries. Current run rate 8.8. Still it's handy, I say. They can move up to 180 easily here. Or hammer it away, but finds the fielder. Manushka is trying to find those gaps around him.
Yeah, what we haven't seen from Gino, even in his previous over, is quite predictable. He's not prepared to change the speed. Aponso, the new batter. Works on the onside. Yeah, Manushka. Suddenly, at one point in time, I thought he was going to get 100. He had enough deliveries, but now Army lost 4 wickets in a cluster, and he's been kept off strike. So Ragam will be very happy the way it has gone in the last 10 minutes or so.
Look at the fall of wickets. The second one fell down at 34 and the third one at 147. After that, only just 1 run. They have got 4 wickets. The Ragama Cricket Club, they are on top of the game at the last session. Army Sports Club 153 for 6. Manushka is trying to middle it and trying to guide it outside the boundary line. Maybe aiming for a century. Oh, that's a fuller delivery. Very good delivery. Very good delivery from Ginont. Right outside the off stump. Well read the plan and the mindset of Manushka. He was trying to hammer it away at the gaps.
Yeah, from over number 10 to 15, there were plenty of boundaries. The flurry of boundaries, and they were dealing in boundaries, those two, Asala Gunaratna and Manushka. Since then, 16th, 17th, now 18th over. Wide. No, it brushed the pad, or the thigh pad. So dot ball, it's a very good over. 154 for 6.
18 overs done, 154 for the loss of 6. We are down to the final 2 overs of this innings. As Army Sports Club winning the toss early in the morning and opting to bat first, they are at a good position, 154 for the loss of 6. Except that quick 4 wickets which felt in the previous 2 overs. And those local fans enjoying the game. Pace from both the ends. It's maybe Sumedha.
Now this is the area he likes. Manushka's legs tight, the onside towards the hill. Nicely bowled. Right in the block hole. There wasn't a lot of width. Really couldn't get under that. Ragama will be very happy that Manushka is off strike.
This is really good bowling from Ragama Sports Club. Sumedha trying to vary the pace. This is what we expected in the early stage of the game as well. They were too much of speedy in the first few overs. That's why Manushka got his confidence up for go hard against the bowlers. But if you bowl slower, it will be very difficult to the batters. Aponso this time clears the field, and that's a maximum.
Yeah, great hit that. Normally, Manushka is the one that has been penetrating the onside field. But once again, a length ball was on offer. All he had to do was to get some bat on it. These are very strong players from Army. So when they hit, it stays hit. After about 3 overs, they've got a boundary at last. Aponso joins the party.
Edged away, a handy edged. Another boundary, a precision from the dugout. Much important runs at this type of stage of the game. It doesn't matter where it comes from. Look at that. Outside the off stump. There was no one to cut it down. Straight to the fence. It had enough legs to go down to the boundary. 6 and a 4.
Yeah, that's poor bowling. Trying to compensate after pitching around that middle stump. Too wide. Slower ball, but it having third man inside the ring. So the batter just throws hard at it. There is Ajanta Mendes. Part of their brain trust these days. Just a single to deep mid wicket. So 12 off the first 4 deliveries, and more importantly, Manushka is back on strike.
Oh, that's down the leg side. Wide call by the umpire. Bonus runs for Army Sports Club. You have to be really careful with lines and lens. The Ragama Cricket Club. The most important passage of play here at the Surrey grounds. At the evening stages. The last 2 overs.
Yeah, they're really struggling to finish the overs. I'll tell you what, they're a few minutes behind. Full toss, hit down the ground. Will it reach the boundary? Well done. Good work in the deep. Saves 2 runs. Yeah. After the previous ball, you could see the bowler running back to his mark. That is because the umpire obviously have given them a warning that you are behind the 8th ball. So with 1 more over to go, if they don't start that over 1 minute within the cut-off line, they will have to bring a fielder from outside to inside the ring.
That will be costly for Ragama Cricket Club. An expensive over so far. Oh, swing and a miss from Manushka. Frustration out there in the middle. What has happened there?
given bice. And Manushka keeps strike. So 7 ball over. 16 runs off it. There was an appeal for a run out. Wicketkeeper threw the stumps down at the striker's end. Once again, a very close run out call. Gee, it has been difficult for the umpires. Let's have a look. Both batters hesitating. Oh.
Miles away. Would have been called out. Oh, that's hammered away outside the off stump, but finds the fielder. Manushka Samit, they're coming back for the couple. That's good running, very good running from these two players.
Good presence of mind from Apanso. He was running to the danger area, and obviously Manushka has been there for some time, and he looks a tired man at the minute, but Apanso did the right thing. The throw came to the wrong end as well. Helicopter shot. Again coming back for the second.
That's good running from Manushka. 81 runs under his name. This is good running. Good athleticism shown by these Army players. They all have that energy and all the physical fitness to do that. Four deliveries to go. That's another good delivery. Another good delivery. Very good comeback from Gino. A dot delivery.
174 with 3 to come. Manushka at the moment is feeling it. Did a bit of running throughout his innings, and it has been a mixed bag. There have been plenty of boundaries, plenty of boundary 4s and 6s. But equally, he's taken a few 2s as well to go with it.
Oh, that was unlucky. That was unlucky from Manushka. He exposed the stumps, and very good presence of mind from Ginod. Digging it outside the off stump. Surprising Manushka.
Yeah, the idea was for Manushka is to back away and look to penetrate that extra cover area to the shorter side. But Gino knew exactly what he was going to do, and very nicely bowled. Once again,
helicopter shot. Just a single there. A very good over. This is turning to be just 4 runs, 5 runs I must say, from this over. The one last ball to come here at Surrey. Army Sports Club winning the toss and batting first. 175 on the board. Here we go, the last one. Is it another single? Now they are coming back for a second. Good running. Very good running between these two players. 177 on the board for Army Sports Club. And the target is 178 runs in 120 deliveries for Ragama Cricket Club. Not an easy target, Gamini. We also talked about anything above 165 will be a very good score here, because the surface is really slow. Spinners can do much better here.
Yeah, considering the attack that Army Sports Club have, this is a massive score, and Ragama will have to have a very similar knock being played by one of their members if they want to get close to it. I'm sure once Army decided to bat first, Sathika, they would have taken 178 by both hands. So, yeah, great effort. Innings really relied on Manushka and Asela Gunaratne's partnership there, and they lost 4 wickets in a cluster for 1 run, really, from 147 for 2, they went to 148 for 6, but still kept, there you are, 2 outstanding innings. Manushka the standout, 82, and Asela 44 of 34, so that 177 was purely built by that partnership and those 2 players.
Yeah, it was a good total for Army Sports Club, 177 for the loss of 6. Aponso and Manushka was the last 2 men out there, the middle for Army Sports Club. Aponso played a very good role, 16 of 9. Shooting role for Manushka as well. Let's take a closer look at Ragama Cricket Club. So much of expensive bowlers. Sumedha, 4 overs, 36 runs for Kavinda, but picked up 2 wickets. Lahiru and Kavinda share 2 wickets each between them, and other bowlers were a lot more expensive than those. Full of wickets. The first one went down at 21, the second one at 34. And then there was Asela Gunaratne and Manushka Sampath's partnership, which led them for 147. And then there was in quick succession. And the target is 178 now for Ragama Sports Club. They have to come back very strong with a good mindset. Let's take a look at the session highlights, or the highlights of the first innings. A quick start from the Army Sports Club by winning the toss. In expensive overs, the power play was well used. The shots all around the ground, some innovative shots, and this was the first one to go down. Careful mistakes from Army Sports Club, and it was all about Manushka, who was timing the ball effortlessly, and this was the second one to go. Brilliant catch, and then there were few chances, and then it was all about Asela Gunaratne and Manushka Samit, who created a brilliant partnership out there in the middle, middling the ball really well, hammering the balls which were loose to them, take the good use of the crease, shots all around the ground. Manushka Sampath uses his power. Well composed innings from both the 2 players. An experienced campaign. Asela Gunaratne also added 44 runs to the scorecard as well. And then thereafter, roll out the middle. Army Sports Club were on top. Then there were 4 quick wickets, and this was how Manushka Samit treated the spinners. He was going hard against all the bowlers, and this is a 50 of Manushka Samit. He hammered away anything loose to him. It was a gift for him. And this was that game. Chapera was sent back to the pavilion. Then Kavinda came back with superb. Then some good catching efforts, and then it's all about Ragama's Army on 177.
So as it is, 178 required of 120 balls for Ragama to pull off a magnificent victory. If they do get there, we'll have a short break. On the other side, the run chase.
Welcome back. Good afternoon to everyone. We're at the Maggonasari Cricket Ground witnessing a Tier B T20 match between Army Sports Club and Ragama Cricket Club. And they elected to bat first and posted 177 runs on the club. They have to get 178 runs in overs. Openers in the middle. Right-handers. Few locals here as well, witnessing some good cricket. It's a holiday in Sri Lanka. Witnessing the match between Ragama Cricket Club and Army Sports Club. It was a tough session for Ragama Cricket Club. Leaked few extra runs for Army Sports Club. Welcome back, Gamini.
They were heading towards 200 at one point in time, but flurry of wickets in that 16th over got them back into a manageable total. But still, it's a big one. You need to go hard from the very first delivery. A start will be vital to chase a total in this nature. And also to use the first 6 overs, the power play, when only 2 fielders are allowed outside. I reckon they'll have to try and wipe out 1/3 of this total.
Yeah, exactly, Gavin. A fast bowler to start the proceedings. 2 right-handers in the middle. A good power play will be very important for Ragama Sports Club. Only 2 fielders outside the circle during the first 6 overs of the power play. A slip as well for the right arm fast bowler. Good delivery to start the innings. Pathum, the right arm fast bowler.
Yeah, you don't see slips in plays in T20 cricket, but that is a tactical change, the position, because you are trying to stop the batter from gliding the ball towards third man, because there is a short third in place. If you open that gap, it's an easy 4 every single time if you're going to bowl outside the off stump. So to prevent batter from going towards that area, that's why the slip is in place. Boundary riders, that's cracked through the offside. First boundary, and they'll need plenty of those.
It was a good start for Ragama Sports Club. It was too full and whacked it through the gap of offside. Manisha off the mark straight away. It was a really good shot. It was too full. And not much of foot movement there. Just using his hands at it and played it through the gap of offside. A good start for Ragama and Manisha. The Stamps took in a miss again.
Yeah, that really didn't get up, did it? There was a bit of puff of dust off the surface. Didn't bounce as expected. Manisha, there is a deep square leg. Now the slip is coming off to mid wicket. Short fine leg, short third. There's a deep point. So the 2 boundary riders are pretty much behind. Wow, I missed out on that one. That was a gimme. Just couldn't put that away.
Yeah, exactly. It was a freebie for the batter, Manisha. Didn't make any bat of that. Missed out on that. It was a full toss, a lawful toss. Slipped out of right arm fast bowler's hand. 2 deliveries to come in this over. Right arm fast bowler Pathum with the bowling hand. Again, swing and a miss. It was pitched up short, but didn't really bounce as much as Manisha was expecting, Gavini.
Yeah, you got to. Manisha will have to be a bit more smarter than this. At the moment, he is looking to belt everything that he receives. Since there's a short third, all you have to do is to get some tickle behind, and you're going to get a boundary every single time. And that will give some doubt on the bowler's mind as well to be straighter. Straight to mid-wicket.
That's the end of the first over. Ragama Cricket Club 4 for no loss. We're about to see some spin from the other end. Two right-handers in the middle. Just 4 runs coming in that last over for Ragama Cricket Club. Few locals have turned up towards this exciting battle between Ragama and Army Sports Club. As I mentioned before, it's a holiday in Sri Lanka. Let's go to start the second over, Gamini.
Yeah. Normally it's a left arm orthodox or the right arm office, but Lilan Rangana, not the easiest thing for a wrist spinner to use the new ball. There is a slip in place. Oh, that's very close. That is very close.
What a start for Lilan. Brilliant start. Went quickly to the batter. Had no clue. It was plumb. Brilliant start for Lilan and got the first wicket of Kavinder. It's a golden duck for Kavinder. First delivery that he faced. It was a googly. Came back sharply. Didn't turn much, but batter had no clue.
Yeah, a lot of overspin, quickish leg spin. And Ishivar hasn't troubled the scorers. He goes for a duck. And Army, suddenly they have struck in the second over. 4 for 1.
Normally we don't see leg spinners bowling in the power play, Gamini. But when it comes to West Indies, we have seen Samuel Badri used to do that. Back in 2016, he used to bowl with the new ball. Apart from that, we haven't seen many leg spinners bowling in the power play, Gamini. New batter comes into the middle.
Obviously, it's a different type of a leg, isn't he? He's very quickish. Runs a lot faster and longer than a normal leg spinner.
He's quick through the air. This time low full toss. Driven nicely through the gap of offside. Brilliant way to start his innings. 4 runs for the new batter.
He realized a lot on his timing. Run with Jayasena. Incidentally, his old man is the match referee today. Mangala Jayasena.
That's an interesting fact that Kavani mentioned. Ranmit Jasena, skipper of Ragama's Cricket Club. Nicely planted. Adore delivering. It's very quick through the air, Gamini. Not like a regular leg spinner. Normally a leg spinner would flight it up a bit, but he's very quick through the air.
That's why he's a different type, isn't he? So he's been trusted to bowl with the new ball simply because of that factor. Runs in hard. Gurgly. Jayasena picked it. Although it was a full toss. Intention was to race towards the spinning side. Ragama desperately need of a good start and very good 6 overs in this power play. Quicker delivery, driven firmly, mid-off, cuts it 2-1.
Good effort from the fielder down there. Yeah, you correctly mentioned Gamini. First 6 overs are very important when you are playing a T20. Only 2 fielders outside the circle. You always have to take the advantage of that. It's a good start for Army Sports Club. Just conceding 9 runs so far. The leg spinner Lilan has been brilliant in his first over, bowling quick through the air. One more delivery to come. Another good delivery to end the over. And that's the end of second over. Ragama 9 for 1.
Now that is something that you cannot afford to do. Last 12 balls, there were 8 dot balls. 9 for 1. They started the run chase with needing 9 runs per over, so you cannot afford to play dot balls and let that required rate climb up to something that's not manageable. Wraps it on the pad and they go for a single.
A quick single from the new batter, Ranmith. Yeah, you correctly mentioned, Gamini. You cannot play a lot of dot deliveries. You have to rotate the strike and then you can put the bad ball away. And the required run rate is around 9.1. So you have to rotate the strike and get that odd boundary in every over. Imagine you getting a boundary into the first couple of deliveries and then managing to get few singles, and obviously you will get to that 9-run mark. Brilliant bowling. Try to make some room for himself. Bang on from the fast bowler. Ragama Cricket Club lost their second wicket. Not a good approach from the batter. Made some room for himself, try to clear up that extra cover region. Look at that.
Well, the idea was right, but the execution wasn't there. He was beaten for speed. I think he was a touch slow on that one. Manish Rupa Singh, he goes for 4. What a start for Army after getting 177 on the board. They managed to pick up 2 wickets in the third over.
Exactly the start that Army was after. Got early 2 wickets. Pathum among the wickets. Got the first wicket of his day. Ragama struggling a bit at the moment in a difficult situation. Losing 2 quick wickets. They have to calculate the run rate as well because they are chasing a target of 178. The new batter comes into the middle. The new right-hand batter, Denura. New batter, Denura Dimansit, right-hand batter. Four more deliveries to come in this over. Pathum with the ball in hand. Pretty short, but with the offer. A swing and a miss from the new batter, Denura. As Gamini mentioned in the previous over, it's all about rotating the strike. You can't offer dot deliveries because when you are playing dot deliveries, pressure will climb that mountain up.
Again, out. Got a faint nick to that one. So 2 in 3 balls for Pathum. Bit of a nothing shot, wasn't it? It was a bit of soft dismissal. Its feet were nowhere near. Third was inside the circle, so but you got the faintest of edges, and this is, look at this. Yep, see the deviation.
Yeah, exactly, Gamini. No foot movement at all. Just trying to use his hands and got the edge and found the wicket keeper. A duck for Denura Dimansit. Not a good start for Ragama Sports Club. Ragama in a deep trouble, losing 3 quick wickets. 2 in 3 for Pathum. He'll be a happy man for sure. This is how they lost their wickets. Ragama just 10 runs and losing 3 wickets of 2.4 deliveries. What a happy looking camp out there.
Yeah, the alarm bells are ringing. In the build-up to this game, this is called as probably the clash of the round, because points-wise, there was only 1 point separating both these sides, and today's victory, or today's result rather, will have a major effect on their final standings. Ragama really cannot afford to... oh, what a delivery. Again, there was a bit of movement off the track. He played for the one that coming in, but it's just that it held on its line. Yeah, if Ragama goes on to lose this game by a big margin, that will have a huge effect on their net run rate. Only 2 teams will go to the knockouts. Yeah, again, nowhere near. Feet was horrible.
Yeah, exactly. Even the previous batter who got out a bowl before, no foot movement at all, just using his hands. You have to use your feet. This time, another good delivery to end the over from Pathum. A brilliant start to his spell and brilliant start from Army Sports Club as well. And it's the end of the 3rd over. Ragama Cricket Club 10 for 3. I think it's the leg spinner to continue from the other end. Went fast and missed the keeper. And it goes to the boundary. 4 byes for Ragama Cricket Club. Welcome runs for Ragama. It went really quickly. It was off the bat. It was off the bat and it's a drop catch.
Never easy these ones. You got to feel for the wicket keeper, because the wicket that you play the slow and low wickets, it's very difficult. That's his second boundary. He moves to 9. How important is this contribution? Ragama 14 for 3, looking down the barrel. Yeah, he's one better that can keep up with the run rate. Run with Jayasena.
Ilan, the leg spinner, to continue. It's been decent. Off the edge. Through the gap of 3rd man. Another 4 runs for Ranmit. He just tried to play hard at it and got the edge. And 4 runs for Ranmit again. Outside the off stump, it was the leg spinner. And no chance for Tisara Pereira at 3rd man. Another 4 runs for Ragama Cricket Club. I would say it was welcome runs.
Yeah, you cannot afford to give that kind of room to someone like Ranvir Jayasena, who's got loose hands on the offside. He's a pretty strong batter on the off. Uppishly played. Straight to point. And he's another batter, Ravin, that he's not going to die wandering. He loves to feel bat on ball, and this kind of a target, he will know that you have to use those first 6 overs over pitch straight to extra cover. He'll be disappointed that he missed out on that one.
Exactly, it was a full delivery. Missed out. One more delivery to go in this over. 8 runs coming in that over. So far, a decent over for Ragama Cricket Club. 8 coming in that. Picked up shot. And definitely going down the leg. And it's the end of the 4th over. Ragama 18 for 3.
So 160 off 96. As it is, it's a daunting task. Someone will have to play a very similar innings to Manushka of Army.
Change of boots, is it? They need to improve that run rate. It's 4.5 at the moment. Required run rate is 10.0. It will be a difficult task for Ragama. They need to bat deep. Someone has to take the charge. 2 new batters in the crease. Hasit and Ranmit. The new batter Hasit. Still faced only 2 deliveries. A new ball to continue from the other end. Chanaka, introduced by the Army captain. Chanaka Sampath. Right arm leg spinner.
Yeah, incidentally, this is the 5th round in this tier B in this group of the wrong foot. Chanaka. Yeah, in the 3rd round, where Ragama played at the Dombagoda grounds, that day Hasit played an absolute blinder, cleared the boundary with ease. I think he got something like 70 odd runs that day, so that kind of an innings will definitely help when you're chasing 177. And this man on strike. Height will be a question.
Yeah, exactly. It was going down the leg. Janaka. 2 wrist spinners from the both ends. 2 different type of leg spinners, I would say. Went the other way. Straight to the fielder. Too many dot deliveries, Gavani. They are building that pressure. They have to rotate the strike, which is very important. Otherwise, the run rate is climbing up the mountain. This time goes aerial. But straight to the fielder at mid-wicket. Brilliant catch from Asela Gunaratna. That's the Asela Gunaratna that we know. Dive into his forward. Took a brilliant catch.
Only a few days ago, we saw in that Legends game, Upul Chandra taking an absolute blinder. Asela Gunaratna, I'll tell you what, he's conceding few years to some of these youngsters, and that shows that the class is permanent. Never easy diving forward. Very good technique too, sliding over the ground. So that's a prize wicket of Jayasena. He goes for 13 or 14. Ragama further in trouble. They are now 4 for 19.
New batter comes into the middle. Gino. It was a brilliant catch from Marcelo Gunaratne, diving to his forward. Generally a really good fielder. Very athletic. Brilliant piece of cricket from Army Sports Club. Got 4 early wickets of Ragama. Ragama is in a deep trouble now, losing 4 quick wickets. Few more recognized batters to come for Ragama. So now they need a solid partnership from here onwards to get into a gettable total. New batter in, Gino Pereira. Left-hand batter. Single 2 off the mark.
Yeah, Tisha Pereira is a very strongly built character, and I don't think he'll be wise enough to take his arm on.
Maybe he will roll his arm a few overs, maybe. We're not sure with the surface. It's more suitable for spinners. I don't think Tisra Pereira will roll his arm today. Good delivery to end the over. And that's the end of 5th over. Ragama 20 for 4. Five overs completed. Ragama 20 for 4. 2 new batters in the middle, Lahiru and Hasit. And we have a small change in the combo as well. Welcome back, Samit.
20 for 4. Ragama on collapse here. The last 30 balls, 20 runs, just 4 wickets and 4 boundaries as well. A very productive 5 overs for Army Sports Club. Posted a very good total, and now with the ball in hand, doing really well out there in the middle. Into the last over of the power play.
Right arm move spinner to continue from the other end. Good start. Came back in a bit. Managed to get a single. As I mentioned last over, I don't think Tisra Pereira will roll his arm with the surface, with the conditions, but I feel like Asela Gunaratne might roll his arm with his variations. He bowls a lot of cutters, a lot of leg cutters.
He will be a handy option here. When looking at the surface, it's really slow. Rather comparing to a surface in Colombo, it's slow and just turning away. Very good surface for the spinners. Oh, that's a wide. But look at the turn.
Yeah, exactly. There was a little bit of turn. Came back sharply into the right hander. That's an indication of the surface.
That's well played. A quick single. A good work from the keeper as well. Handy glove work. But anyway, they're in a good position. Army Sports Club. This is a comparison. Look at where the Army Sports Club was at the same moment. They were 40 for 2. That's another good delivery.
They definitely can catch up those balls. They just need to rotate the strike. One good over can change the momentum of the game for Ragama. They all need is one good over. We saw that in the previous game between. We saw that in the previous game as well between. We We saw that in the previous game between Chilla, Marians and Leo as well. A quick single. Looking for the second run. And happy with that single. They just need to rotate the strike and they might have a chance to go on in the later on the innings. Just they need to build a good partnership here. That is what they have to do, Ragama.
Exactly. They have to make a very good end for the power play. But in terms of bowling, Shehanda is doing his job really well. Just 5 runs from the over. 2 deliveries to go. Oh, that's a short delivery. Well bowled. Very well bowled to end the last of the power play. The power play done. 25 for the loss of 4. Hasit on 3 and Lahiru on 3.
Power play completed. Now the fielding team can put 4 fielders outside the 30-yard circle. The leg spinner, Leela, to continue from this end. It's not that regular leg spinner. He bowled fast in the air. No time for the batters to think. It's really hard, probably hard to pick him as well because he's very quick through the air. That's why he got the new ball to bowl in the power play. It was challenging even for any orthodox spinner. But as a leg spinner, it's even more challenging because you are a wrist spinner. You have to grip the ball well and bowl in the power play when only 2 fielders are outside the circle, which is very challenging. Ilan to continue.
Still sip in place. That's another good delivery. Straight to the shoot third man fielder.
Yeah, Sadika, this is a great opportunity for these youngsters to play alongside with such giants of the game like Thisara Pereira. He's one of the best players in T20 cricket. This is some innovation, premeditated, but just a single. You know that Thisara Pereira is one of the players who have played for the most number of teams. He has played more than for 48 teams. Have you ever noticed that, Sadika?
Yeah, he's played a lot of franchise all around the world as well. So a lot of domestic cricket, so much of experience, I think. Still after being retired from the international cricket as also, he has played so much of games all around the country, all across the world, isn't it?
And also, Sadika, he has played for 6 IPL teams. The only Sri Lankan to play for 6 IPL teams.
Plenty of numbers in front of his name. That was a leading edge. But no harm done. I mean, couldn't make use maximum of his batting today. Got out for a not.
Yeah, I remember the 2014 World Cup final where he finishes off that final game. Finishes off with a 6 against Ravichandran Ashwin. His cameo in that 2014 World Cup, he played 20 odd runs, but it was really impactful in that final because he got promoted himself instead of Lahiru Thirimana in that match and played a good cameo, good 20 odd runs, and that made a huge impact in that final.
In fact, if you can remember his innings against New Zealand, at New Zealand he made 140 with some blistering note. I mean, I think his career best figures came out in New Zealand. So he's a match winner, a fighter, I must say. A lot of experience in front of his name.
Yeah, exactly. And 2 runs coming off that over. 1 more delivery to go. And also we can't forget that 2011 cameo where he got another 20 odd runs in that 2011 final. Finishes off that first innings with a 6 against Sahir Khan. Another single guided nicely towards square leg. And that's the end of 7th over. Ragama 28 for 4. So I was talking about the opportunity that these youngsters get to play alongside with the giants of the game, especially likes of Tisera Pereira, Asiele Gunaratne. As I mentioned earlier, Tisera Pereira carrying a lot of experience, playing all around the world. What do you think? What should these youngsters do when they are playing alongside these youngsters, Sethiko?
Yeah, I mean, it's a very good opportunity, you know, to share the same dressing room with those legends. So how they maintain their discipline in the game, how they act in the field. So a lot of things to learn from those leaders and those legends. So they have represented so much of international games, have that experience, know how to handle the game, know how to handle the pressure. So youngsters can watch them handling the team, handling the pressure, and learn and add some things to their cricketing life as well. So it will be a very good opportunity for those youngsters to play under the lights of these legends.
You made a good point, Satika, and the off spinner to continue. A little bit innovative, and it's effective. Going towards the boundary and 4 runs for Hasid. This is really good batting. Nicely played that. Knew the where the exactly fielders are.
Look at that, premeditated. Not a good option to go with fine leg inside the circle, but managed to get a boundary.
I guess fine leg was not too fine, so he knew the fine leg was more towards the square leg side, so he knew there was a small gap. So he premeditated and played it really nicely, Sadika. This time, off the offside, using the pace of the ball and guided it nicely towards third man region. Another 4 runs. This is cheeky runs. Good quality cricket from Hasid. This is what they have to do.
Much better this time. Much better. Timed it to the perfection. The late cut. He knew that was coming towards him. Look at that. Wonderful. Brilliant attempt from Hasid. It has enough lengths to runs down to the boundary.
2 consecutive boundaries for Hasid. Short ball innings so far, 13 of 13. Partnership also quite solid now. 17 of 16.
They need a good partnership here. What a delivery. Pitch of a delivery from Shahid. What a good comeback that was, Rubin, from Shahid.
Exactly. Always a spinner, any bowler would definitely try to come back after going for runs in the first couple of balls. It's a really good comeback from the off spinner. It's went with the arm, I guess. This time, tried to move across and played it toward the cap of leg side, but didn't get bat on it. The intention was right. There's a gap in mid-wicket and long on. He was just trying to get to that gap, moving to his right. It was the right option because it's the O spinner as well. Again, nicely done from the right-hander. A good over for them so far. 9 runs coming in that over.
That was a little bit uppish. Inside edge of the middle blade of Lahiru. A productive over. 9 runs so far. 37 for the loss of 4. We enter the last ball of the 8th over. 2 extras. Oh, that's a good delivery. Could have been stopped by the ball itself. But ended up with a single. 8 done. 38 for the loss of 4.
Eight overs completed. Ragama 38 for 4. Not a healthy run rate. 4.75. The required run rate is climbing up. Now they have to take a charge at this point. Even though they have lost 4 early wickets, they have to play positive cricket, Satika. You are playing to win this game. You have to take a charge.
Exactly. You have to play a very positive cricket here because you have already lost 4 wickets, 4 quick wickets, I must say. Just 38 runs on the board with a low run rate and another bowling change. A fast bowler into the attack. A little bit slinging action. Brilliant delivery. Misses it and cross for a single. Something different in his bowling action, Ruin.
Yeah, a little bit of a slingy action, I would say. Not a usual action, but we have seen a lot of slingy actions in Sri Lanka. From the evolution of Lasith Malinga, then Nuwan Tushar, Matisha Patirana came into play.
And also Garuka Sanket, who is playing a good first-class and list A carry in Sri Lanka.
And also that Mathulan from Sri Lanka under 19, he is also a slingy bowler. This time it was too full, straight to the fielder. Good effort from the fielder as well, no run. It's good bowling from the new bowler. It was too full. Was it a drop chance? It was a drop chance, Setika. It was sloppy. It was really sloppy. He could have taken that. It was an easy catch.
That's another good delivery straight to the fielder. Sarath is finding his rhythm really well here into his very first over. This partnership is crucial now. 20 runs of 23 deliveries.
Ragama would have been 5 down if that was taken. Fortunately, Army dropped that catch.
The ball comes really low to the batsman. I noticed that from Sarath. Just take a closer look from Sarath's point of view. He's taking the hand round against his head and he's just lowering the ball to the batsman. It's not an easy task to pick that ball up.
Exactly. When you have a slinky action, always it's hard to pick. It's challenging for any batter. So far it's a decent over. Just 2 runs coming in that over. 1 buys and 1 came off the bat. Again, 2 full. Pitching outside the leg, going down. Umpire signaled it as a wide. Extra run for Ragama Cricket Club. Singles won't hurt Army Sports Club at all. With the stage that they are in, 8.4 overs, just 42 runs have conceded.
The required run rate is about 12 now. So they need to go on a higher note here. That's another good delivery. Leading edge, but fell in no man land.
It's a good over so far. Just 3 runs coming in that. In fact, 4 runs.
It's really hard for the batters to pick Sarath's bowling action because he's coming round the wicket and angle across the batsman with that slinky action. So it's not an easy task for the batters to try and hitting him. Look at that. Another one. A slower delivery this time.
Good fielding of his own bowling. And that's the end of 9th over. Ragama 44 for 4. Meanwhile, we are watching this, we are witnessing this Tier B T20 game. We have the Sri Lankan Test series going on, Zetika. Sri Lanka is trying to save that test. Sonal Dinusha on 130 not out. Playing a gem of innings for Sri Lanka. His second in this test match. Second 100 in this test match. Shehada to continue. It's another single.
Exactly. As you remembered about Ronaldinho, his third century of the series from 4 innings. What a man he is. We have to protect him at all the cost. A very good watcher of the delivery. Rock solid. Who's been really profitable for Sri Lankan cricket.
The quick single. I had the chance to play with him when I was playing for Mahanama College. He was one of my senior colleagues when I was in Mahanama under-19 team. He was really talented from the early days. Now he's proving that to the whole world. Another quick single, guiding it nicely towards mid-wicket region. And coming back with the second, comfortably made it. These singles and twos never going to hurt Army Sports Club. Ragama, they probably need to go a bit hard at it right now because the state that they are in, 48 for 4, required run rate is climbing up the mountain. Full toss, low full toss. Coming back for the second run. Picked up really nicely and really good batting. Rotten in strike well. 6 runs coming in that over so far. More deliveries to go as well. That's a comparison between Ragama and Army Sports Club.
I would like to see, in fact, Asela Gunaratne and Tisara Perera rolling their hands here at the Surrey grounds, but I haven't seen them yet.
I don't think Tisara Perera will roll his arm because spinners have a better opportunity here. Asela Gunaratne might roll his arm with his variations. He'll bowl a lot of variations. He has a lot of trump cards in his armory. He bowls a lot of cutters, a lot of leg cutters, a lot of slow deliveries. He might be really useful in these conditions, slow conditions, a different surface, a very challenging surface, I would say, but still, Army managed to cut to a really good score. And what the difference between Army Sports Club spinners and other single? We'll come back to that later, and that's the end of the 10th over. Ragama 52 for 4.
The last 30 balls, 30 runs. Just a runner ball from Ragama Cricket Club. Only 2 boundaries. A slow runner rate. They have been maintaining so far. 10 overs done, 52 for 4. Way more to go. They are a lot ahead of Army Sports Club. Ragama. Just to try finding their rhythm here. Now the equation has been dropped down to 126 runs from 60 deliveries. That means you need to get 126 runs of the last 10 overs as Gamini joins me. A very good evening, Gamini.
Yeah, hello Satika, hello everyone. Yeah, that stat shows that it's more than 12 runs per over, so more than 2 boundaries required. Sarath, 105. Yeah, slinging action, but he's not the quickest. He takes the pace off by running his fingers over the seam.
That was the key in the first game as well. The pace difference. And Sarath using it really well here. He used to bowl a lot of arm deliveries, the off cutters. A brilliant shot. Straight down the ground. Is there a chance? No. Couple of bounces of the fielder. And in fact, they cross for a second.
Yeah, it wasn't off the middle of the bat, so it was well placed. Tisara Pereira at long on. Asela Gunaratne at long off. Not the quickest fielders you'll get these days, but that was it, the gap. Fell right in between those two. Hasit took the opportunity to come back for the second.
Oh, that's a good delivery. Appealed it, but the umpire says no.
Yeah, that's the effort ball from Sarath. So how long are these two batters going to go like this? Every ball, the required rate is climbing up. Now, right now it's 12.95. Current rate 5.24. This time, Tisra Pereira very quickly cuts across and keeps it down to 1. It's a beautiful evening here at Magona. Slight breeze. Sun is disappearing. Once again, a very firm punch down the ground. So you can clearly say that the Army batters have taken the game away from Ragama.
There's one delivery to go. This time charging down the ground. Couldn't find the middle of the bat. Tisra Pereira sends it directly to the bowler, Sarah. A good throw from Tisra Pereira. And that's the end of the 11th. 58 for the loss of 4. It's a 39-run stand between Lahiru and Hasit here. Ragama Cricket Club 58 for 4 after 11 overs. 9 overs to go. They have to go hard at bowlers. In fact, this time swept and swept well for a single. We didn't see Asela Gunaratne rolls his arms here at Surrey ground still. He also will be a handy option for Army. Because he has a lot of variations. Those stock bowls, the off cutters. He can vary the pace. So he will be a very good option. It seems surprising for me for not seeing Asela Gunaratne. This time straight away the finger goes up. Plumbed in front of the wicket. Hasit has to walk back to the pavilions. The leg spinner doing it for Army Sports Club again. We need to have a closer look, Gamini. Look at that. Straight in front, that was plumbed.
Yeah, the googly bent straight, seam upright. He's a very handy customer to have in your bowling lineup. He's quite different to the other leg spinners. Lilan. Asita Pereira goes. Ragama, 59 for 5.
Halfway down for Ragama Cricket Club. 5 down for 59 runs. Lahiru was the set batsman so far. 17 of 18 deliveries. And Malish is the new batsman. out there in the middle. Lilan picking up his second wicket in his last over in his bowling trot.
Yeah, looking at the ladder, this Group B, Tier B T20s, Army Sports Club currently played 4, won 3. With no results, they are lying on 7 points. So victory today and a comprehensive one at that. That will improve their net run rate right now. So they'll move to 9 points, Setika. So they basically got 1 foot in the knockouts. Whereas Sri Lanka Navy is in the second position currently. They've got a very healthy net run rate, 2.315 to Ragama, who's got the same amount of points, 6, but their net run rate is 0.085. So this result will have a major effect on Ragama's chances of making the knockouts.
Exactly, much important game for Ragama. And a win for Army Sports Club will keep them timed in the first spot. And that's the first runs of Malaysia's played. What a start to his innings. Down the leg side. Welcome boundary. Look at that. That was pitched outside the leg stump. Just to tickle towards the leg stump. Got the inside edge, and that's running down to the boundary.
Again, the attempted wrong one. Decent figures for Lilan. 2 for 21. 3 more deliveries to come. Grabs him on the pad once again. That will be called a leg by. Yeah, there's been a variety in this Army attack. Setika, obviously we haven't seen their two guns looking to roll their arm over, Thisara Pereira and Asela Gunaratne, but even without those two, I think they've got quite a few options.
Yeah, they have managed their bowling lineup so far very well without those big names, Thisara Pereira and Asela Gunaratne. Another one, a fuller delivery. Straight to the fielder. They're not giving any chance for the Ragama batters to free their arms. The only thing that they're trying is to keep the ball tight in front of that 3 stumps to make it tight for the batsman. Look at that, another very good delivery. Very, very good delivery from Lilan to end his 4th over. He completes his bowling spell, 2 for 22. Impressive figures from Lilan, as well as 12 overs done. Ragama Cricket Club 65 for the loss of 5.
Yeah, lost wickets very early, didn't they? They were 4 for 19 at one stage. Never recovered after that. There you are. A few clouds hovering above us. Now that we've completed the 5 overs, so the amount of overs you require to constitute a result, we've gone long way past that one. At this stage, Duckworth Lewis comes into play if the match is called off. But right now, Ragama are way in front of the required Duckworth. Right now, at the start of this over, Ragama needs to be 109. So they are a considerable way behind. Nicely bowled. He was shaping up to play a big shot, didn't he, Malaysia? But the pace wasn't on.
He used to roll his arms, Sarath, roll his fingers rather, I must say, to slow it down. And the man on form with the bat, Asela Gunaratne, on screen. The required run rate, 14.48, a considerable run rate for Ragama Cricket Club from here onwards. They have to go after every ball. This time straight up in there. Is it a chance? Yes, what a brilliant grab. Oh my goodness, an acrobatic dive from the fielder. Another one goes down for Ragama Cricket Club. It's all happening here at Sare Cricket Ground. What a brilliant piece of fielding overall from Army Sports Club. We can't expect more than that from a fielder. Look at that. An outside edge, straight up in the air. Running backward, judging it to the perfection. What about that for a catch, Gamini?
Yeah, never easy when you have to run backwards. Particularly at this time of the day, with white clouds above you, and when the ball gets disappeared in the sky, you need to judge it to perfection. Like you mentioned, 19 of 21 for Lahiru Abesingha. Shehanda picking up a very nice catch, and Ragama sinking further, 67 for 6.
It's all happening here at the Sarai Cricket Grounds, Maguna. So we are witnessing the match between Ragama Cricket Club taking on Army Sports Club in the Tier B, the Major Cups T20 Tournament 2026. Dasit Gunatilaka, the new batsman, the left-hander. Much important win for Army Sports Club to keep their spot locked in. The first place in the Group B. Sam straight to Asela Gunuratha, sent it off to the wicketkeeper. Just a single. They are dealing with singles. No harm done if singles were taken for Army Sports Club, because the run rate is already above 15 now.
Malaysia continue to pick up singles, but they need a lot more than that. So 69 for 6, and this is how the 6th wicket fell. Good running catch. Looking to break his wrist towards the onside, top edge. Back live. End of the 13th, 69 for 6. There we have it. The previous dismissal. I think both fielders would have had an equal chance of taking that. But obviously fielder going with the flight of the ball took the risk. I think he called for it too, so that's why the fielder converging in front backed off straight away. Very easily those two fielders could collide each other, and could have been disaster, but not on this occasion. Communication was vital.
Look at the comparison, 69 for 6 Ragama Cricket Club right now, and earlier Army Sports Club was 121 for the loss of 2. Lot more ahead of Ragama Cricket Club according to the comparison. It's a wonderful evening here at Sarai Cricket Grounds. Perfect weather, a small breeze. Spinner to continue. Right on the trot. A dot delivery to start. They're just doing their natural game plan, Army Sports Club. Just digging it in line with those stumps. Making the batter to do a choice. And look at that. Another one straight towards the long off fielder, Asela Gunuratna.
Yeah, the bowlers have done well, Army. They haven't given a lot of freebies, have they? They've been pretty much on the mark. And also it's quite safe to say that Army, so far, very lucky. It's got an inside edge onto it. It's very safe to say that Army have outplayed Ragam in all 3 departments. Even the fielding, they've taken some very good catches, haven't they? One that was taken from Asela Gunuratha took one at deep mid wicket.
Yeah, exactly. They've been brilliant in all the 3 formats in the field, batting, bowling and fielding as well. They are way more ahead than Ragam Cricket Club, especially those legends guiding those youngsters. Dasit and Malaysia. Both are two new batters to the crease. Oh, that's another good delivery. That came with the arm from Shihada. Just 4 singles. It doesn't matter singles or doubles for Army Sports Club. They need to stop Ragama Cricket Club playing those boundaries, clearing the outfield. Look at that. They are happy with those singles.
Yeah, it's a mere formality at the moment. The result of this match is a foregone conclusion, but it's trying to restore some respect on the scoreboard. That will improve their net run rate. 74 for 6.
The equation has been dropped down to 104 runs from just 36 deliveries, which is way more ahead for Ragama Cricket Club with 4 wickets in the hand. So they have to hit every ball from here onwards. They have to go hard at every ball from here onwards in order to get these targets. So it's impossible right now, but cricket is unpredictable. We don't know what happens at the end. So Malaysian Dasit have to hold their nerves here and make a good partnership. This time he's had a chance, a hard chance, I guess.
Definitely a chance, but it's very strange the way he actually went for that catch. It was onto his left-hand side. Without going with both hands to the left, he went with his right hand. Unusual piece of fielding.
It's all happening here. Chances going down. The LBW appeals. Both the team players are nervous right now. So all they need is the victory. A little bit of orthodox bowling from Janaka. Now the required run rate is 18.5. Oh, that's another good delivery. Very good delivery. Much better from Janaka. The face says everything. The expressions, they are on top of Ragama Cricket Club. This time hit hard down the ground. But straight to the fielder. Just a single.
Yeah, even at this stage of the game, Setika, they are pretty much secured the result in their favour, but it's nice to see that they are still bowling good lengths and they are putting an effort on the field. So, sign of a good team. Oh, even the big fella, I think, is holding his hamstring. Never a good feeling when you hold that part of your leg.
Always Fishio is entering to the ground to make a good luck. If it was the power hitter who scored 81 runs in the first innings for Ragama Cricket Club, holding his hamstring. And the local fans enjoying the game. And today, a holiday in Sri Lanka.
Yeah, it could be some family members of some of these players too. And this ground is actually one of the best grounds to watch a cricket game because you're up on the hill. It's like you're in a grandstand, really. You got a very good view. 2 wickets, 1-4. So that says the story. Last 30 balls for Ragama.
Yeah, the little fans enjoying the game, rather enjoying themselves too. 78 for the loss of 6.
Patum, who's bowled terrifically, 2 for 4 off his 2 overs. Once again pays off. As Ruvin Silva joins me. Ruvin, yeah, it's a, like I mentioned to Sethika just before, it's nice to see that Army are still got their minds on the job, even though that they've pretty much got one hand in the victory here.
Yeah, exactly. They're not giving anything for Ragama Cricket Club, giving their best, trying to get few more wickets in. Stam swing and a miss. We are into the last 5 overs of the game. Comprehensive performance so far from Army, batting first, won the toss and elected to bat first. Scored 177 runs. Ragama having a tough task right now. This time pitch is short, straight to the field and mid wicket. Another wicket for Army Sports Club. This time it's Malaysia.
Well, another very, very good catch down there in the deep. Never easy. Really didn't get up, did it? It was travelling at speed. It was flat. But didn't have to move that much. Got a good piece of that one, just that he picked the fielder. Well, this is the third wicket for the bowler. Malaysia Silva goes for 11 or 14. Now they are 79 for 7.
New batter, Kino joined. Dasit Gunathilaka out there. A sorry looking batting card for Ragama Cricket Club. Lost 7 wickets already. The new batter, Gino, the left-hander, Gino Pereira, taking his guard. Join his colleague, Dasit Gunathilaka. Still we have some locals out there, Gamaning, enjoying their holiday, watching some good cricket.
Yeah, just only a moment ago I was telling Sethika about what a nice ground to watch a game of cricket. You're up on the hill, got a good view of it. You can see right around, and very friendly climate too. The trees right around. We just saw those people just hanging onto that fence down there in front of that rubber estate. Yeah, good for game of cricket. You come and play out here with some household names in the game, and the villagers get the chance to watch you play, really.
Yeah, exactly, Gamaning. It's a great atmosphere here at Magunasari Cricket Ground. A brilliant place to play a bit of cricket. When I was down there, I noticed there's a small breeze going there. But still, it's really good atmosphere, really good conditions to play cricket. And one more delivery to come in this over. Pathum, amazing fingers. 3 wickets, just 6 runs. Short delivery, just guided it nicely. Another single for Dasit Gunathilaka, and that's the end of 16th over. Ragama 81 for 7. Four more overs to go in this match. Ragama, they have a huge task. I would say an impossible task. 97 runs of 24 deliveries, not much of batting left. Definitely Army Sports Club, the Army Sports Club definitely on top. Definitely looking for to finish this game. Full toss. Another single.
You have any chase? a total like 178, you need a lot of boundaries, and last 12 balls hasn't produced any. Just a lot of dot balls and a wicket, red dot in there, so
We saw when Army was batting, especially Asel Gunaratne, he was using the crease a lot and he was sweeping the ball nicely, but we didn't see that from Ragama batters, Gamini.
yeah, because there is no pace on, it's difficult to, particularly against the slow bowlers, to hit down the ground. You might need those sweep shots, the conventional sweep and the reverse sweep, to be an effective batter. Not only that, but by playing those shots, because what Asel does all the time is he loves that sweep shot. Yeah, there you are. You give the bowler to think about his line and length. That way, when you play a shot like that, the next ball becomes mighty important. So you might get a freebie. You might get an area where you can penetrate. There you are 4 for 19 at one stage.
Yeah, exactly, Gamini. And the difference between Ragama spinners and Army Sports Club spinners is that Ragama spinners gave too much pace, especially Dasit Gunatilaka got punished for those 2 pace deliveries. On the other hand, it's a misfield out there, loved another single. On the other hand, Army spinners didn't give a lot of pace for the batters. It's a slow surface. They were using the conditions really well. Ball into the field, ball into the condition, had that awareness really well. This time, went away from the left-hander, and that's the end of 17th over. Ragama, 85 for 7. Three more overs to go in this match. A comprehensive performance from Army Sports Club. Asela Gunaratne and the other left-hander set the tone really nicely for Army Sports Club, and bowlers did the rest really well. And we'll have some pace again. Then we'll continue. It's about to finishes off his spell, coming into bowl his last over of his spell. Pitched up. The batter, left-hand batter, went for that booming drive. Didn't make any contact at all. And I was talking about the difference between Ragama spinners and Army Sports Club spinners. What do you have to make on that, Gamini?
Yeah, I reckon when Manushka was on song, they offered a lot of length balls. And he completely punished those spinners. Like you said, they were... Oh, he wouldn't have been even in the picture. Yeah, that was easy pickings for Manushka, because he wasn't coming forward to meet the ball early. So he was waiting on his crease, and you give length balls at speed. That was easy. He was going towards targeting the mid-wicket cow corner area, and all those boundaries mattered, and it gave them some momentum. And there was a time when they were 2 down and the game was in the balance. Top edge. Wicket keeper is in. Well, two fielders chasing it. Tisara Pereira was 1. Not where he intended, but he will kick that boundary.
Exactly. It was a top edge from Dasit Gunatilaka. He was trying to go to the other side. He was lucky enough. Fell in the no man's land. Got 4 runs for himself. He won't mind it at all. That's it. Intentional from the bowler. He was trying for that. Again, another short pitch delivery. Good effort from. Just managed to get into another single.
Yeah, that's Manushka. With all the running that he did when he had the bat in hand. There's a big cheer once he fielded that ball cleanly. And had a throw at the stumps too, which gave an extra run. Yeah, he's going off. He's done his part for the day. I think he deserves to be taken off.
Yeah, exactly, Gami. Probably tired. Get cramps in this heat. I hope he's okay. He's walking fine, but a little bit of pain probably. He deserves that. He deserves to take a small rest. He did the job for the day. He did this job for his team. 2 more deliveries to come in this over. Ragama 92 for 7. Nowhere close to get to that 178 run mark. 2 batters probably will try to play the 2 overs. Slow off cutter from the fast bowler. Just another single for Dasit Gunatilaka. No pace offered again. Bowling into the wicket. Good off cutter, good variation from the fast bowler.
Well, 85 of 13. Ravin, even mathematically it's not possible anymore. Even if you hit a 6 of every delivery, you'll only get 78. 6 extras. Yeah, this will have a massive effect on the net run rate. Ragama fighting for that second spot with Navy Sports Club. Incidentally, Navy's net run rate is 2.215 or something, and Ragama is 0.08. So this will get them into minus numbers.
Guided towards point region and coming back for the second run, and that's the end of the 18th over. Ragama 95 for 7. In fact, 96 for 7. Last 2 overs of Ragama's innings. Sorry looking batting card from Ragama's point of view. 96 runs or 7 wickets. It's not chaseable now. Even if you hit 6 for every delivery, you might get to 72. It's not chaseable at the moment. The leg spinner to continue. If you look at both leg spinners from Army, they have different type of actions, different type of variations. Especially Leland, he's very quick through the air. But when it comes to this leg spinner, he has a different action as well and different variations as well compared to Leland. Both are unorthodox, I would say, unorthodox leg spinners.
Yeah, you really can't call him a leg spinner, can you? He's bowling those quicker ones, front of the hand. And normally leg spinner's delivery point is around at 11 o'clock. But he's above his head basically when he's delivering. You can call it like 12 o'clock. So it's the quickish type. Obviously different, like it's a different kind. I don't think he rotates his wrist that much. But because of the unusual action, at times it makes the batter difficult to pick the ball out of the hand. So, you're right. He's not the leg spinner that you will face at training every day.
2 different type of spinners. Another single. A brilliant performance from Army Sports Club today, winning the toss. A good toss to win and batting first. Managed to get 177 runs on board. And now bowlers did the rest. This time, a reverse sweep. Managed to get 4 runs. That's it, Gunathilaka. And that's the end of 19th over. Look at that.
Well, psychologically, they'll be pretty happy. That boundary gets them 200. So the final over of the day. Certainly it has been, I mean, everyone expected a close battle. First versus third. But it hasn't really lived up to the billing, has it? It's been one-sided affair, one-way traffic. Army have dominated from the outset.
That's a brilliant display of play from Army. A disappointing looking camp out there. Ragama Cricket Club, Ragama dugout. We're about to start the last 6 overs of the day. The fast bowler to continue. Another single. He's also a different type of bowler. He has a slingy action. They have a lot of different type of bowlers, different actions, different bowlers. He's a slingy bowler.
Well, one of their coaches, Ajanta Mendes, is not conventional at all, is he? There's a high back lift, shaping up for a big one. Had to adjust, again pace off. Yeah, overall they'll be very happy, Army, to get a convincing win over Ragama. I think they're guaranteed to play in the semis now. This is the second last game. One more to go. That's pretty close.
It was pitching outside the off stump. He tried to do something different. Tried to think out of the box, but it was not the right option. Going for a reverse sweep for someone who's bowling with a slingy action. Look at that. It was too full as well. It was clearly premeditated from Dasit Gunathilaka. Let's see what he can do. This time it was short, up in the air. Chance for a catch. It goes over mid-wicket and 6 runs for Dasit Gunathilaka. Finally, something from Dasit Gunathilaka.
Yeah, you can just see when you offer pace and the length that he was waiting for. Got enough bat on it. That's the shorter side towards the road side.
This time a single to Dasit Gunathilaka and one more delivery to go. Comprehensive performance from Army Sports Club. Ragama 110 for 7. And that's it. Coach goes off the edge. 4 runs to end the match. Comprehensive win for Army Sports Club. They won the match by 63 runs. Ragama managed to get only 114 runs.
Yeah, 2 boundaries coming off the last 3 deliveries. They needed plenty of them from the start, which they couldn't, and lost wickets at regular intervals. Yeah, easily done by Army Sports Club. They'll be relieved that they are into the knockouts. Ragam, on the other hand, after this performance, they'll have to go back to their drawing boards and work to be done. This was the consolation boundary of the last delivery of the outside edge.
Brilliant game of cricket from Army Sports Club. Dominated the game from the ball one. Batted first. Got 177 runs on board. And bowlers did the job. And Asela Gunaratna. Two happy lads. Still looking really fit.
Yeah, this game was played with good spirits, and it's a norm these days that most of these cricketers, Ravin, they play for different competitions, different clubs, and sometimes you're a teammate, sometimes you're in the opposition. So, a lot of cricket being played. Umpires have had a good game too. There were some very difficult decisions to be made. So, Ragama was never in the hunt, but they lost 4 early wickets for 19. The main, once he got out, it was a huge task, but at the end, that's it. 28 of 21. Well, look, it's a very sorry looking scorecard, really.
Exactly, it's a style. Army bowlers delivered really well. Started off with Pathoma deliveries, conceding only 18 runs, and he's the man for the day. 5, Leland, the leg spinner, he also bowled really well, got 2 wickets. Shehada, he was a bit expensive compared to others. And the last man, Sarat, the slinky man with the wicket as well, was completely outplayed by Army. These are the session highlights. Ragama started off well, but couldn't continue. Leland strike the first wicket. This is the second wicket.
Yeah, this is the time they lost 4 for nothing, really. Jayasena was taken handsomely by Asela Gunaratna. Hasit, couple of boundaries behind the wicket. Up until that happened. There aren't a lot of batting highlights, but Army holding on some very good catches. This was one of them.
Never easy running backwards for every single catch. At the end, that wasn't enough from Ragama's point of view. The game for Army Sports Club. A brilliant game, played with good spirits. And that's the match summary. Batting first, Army Sports Club posted 177 runs, losing only 6 wickets. Manushka was the man of the hour, scored 82 of 57 deliveries, and at the same time Asela Gunaratna contributed well with the bat, 44 runs. And Lairu got 2 wickets, and at the same time Ragama Cricket Club chasing down 178, only managed to get 114 runs.
Army Sports Club winning by 63 runs, and tomorrow we will be at NCC Tier A, T20s, Nugget and Tamil Union in the morning, and Ace Capital versus Blue, 30 days of cricket. Up until we meet again, from here, from Magona, from all the production people that were involved, it's goodbye and good night.